What's up, YouTube family? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. What's up, friends? How's that? Can you see me? So, in bringing you episode 2 of Ask Gauge Girl. I feel like these lights look a little crazy. Let me turn some of them off. Let's see who's gonna join us for the live broadcast. It's a little bit better. Hey, Carrie Long, what's up? Let me turn some of these lights down. It is very strange lighting. Nina, hello. Marlena. What's up, guys? So I am available to you all. What is up with this lighting? Don't go anywhere, gang. Is that better? Oh, that is better. Okay, guys. Hey, so it's Christine Haranik with Gauge Girl Training, an online meal planning and coaching service. And I am here to answer your questions about nutrition science live for free for the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let's see what we got. Lisbeth, what's up, babe? Gabby. So if you guys can please give this video a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. And let's get to it. On your 6-week shred right now, quick question. Best to weigh the protein cooked or uncooked? Proteins are cooked. Proteins are cooked, unless it's like liquid egg whites. It will specifically say liquid. Are there any benefits to drinking apple cider vinegar? Yes, there are. There are benefits to drinking apple cider vinegar. I actually did a YouTube video on it. But as far as apple cider vinegar, it's going to help manage cortisol levels. So if you are one of those people who you are dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of inflammation, I would recommend apple cider vinegar shots in the morning and at night. It's great to pair with some IF. How many days a week of cardio do I recommend for mesomorphs? It depends on your goal. For mesomorph, you can get away with 3 times a week as a mesomorph. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can do 5, 6, but I'd say minimum of 3. Can you drink your vegetables instead of eating in the keto diet? You can. I think that on the keto diet, don't worry so much about the vegetable piece per se. I would focus more on making sure you hit your fiber goals for the day. IF is intermittent fasting. So on the ketogenic diet, you want to, even though you're very low carb, you still want to make sure you're getting enough fiber. So fiber comes from vegetables, and you can take a fiber supplement if you wish as well. Like, not everybody likes vegetables, so I am used to dealing with people who are not big fans. So that being said, I would advise you to make sure you're hitting at least 17 grams of fiber per day. So what that means is avocado, nuts. Let me see, will I ever make a meal plan or shred with smoothies for some of us who can meal prep for every meal? Ru81, order a custom meal plan and I will build you the plan of your dreams. Order a custom meal plan. And we also have an on-the-go travel guide. We have an on-the-go travel macro guide. It's in the ebook section of our store. Check it out there. And if you guys didn't know, I have a special running right now where I have my free macros blueprint being offered to you guys. It's a $99 value, absolutely free. I will link it in this description box after, sorry, this light is bugging me. After this broadcast. A little bit better? No, it's still wonky. When's my new booty building guide coming out? That is a good question. It's like 90% done. It's like 90% done. So probably around Black Friday. I'll have it ready for the holidays. Is custom plan best for people with thyroid issues? Aisha, I would say yes. Another thing for thyroid issues, you'd probably do well with our low carb, high fat protocol as well. That's a 10-week plan. What should I do to gain lean muscle mass with Hashimoto's? You've been losing muscle mass even with consistent weight training macros. Lisbeth, go with a custom meal plan. That sounds like a very specific situation. If you want one-on-one coaching, you guys, I do have a special running right now until midnight tomorrow, you guys can save $100 off of the 6-week online coaching deal. So 6-week is my lowest cost option. That starts at $485 for 6 weeks. So you can save $100 off with code SAVE100. So if you want coaching, you guys, and you want to talk to me about it, DM me over on Instagram at Gauge Girl Training, and I will help you out. Let's see here. Question: what's the max caloric deficit you recommend per day? Depends on what your current weight is. If you are upwards of 250 pounds, you could be at an 800 or even 1,000 calorie deficit. In general, I recommend 500, but if you are obese, clinically obese, I would say you can go higher because you don't have to worry about your daily caloric intake being lower than your target BMR. You're having a hard time meeting calorie goals when on keto and intermittent fasting. So Adrena Letitia, you say you're having a hard time. Is it because you're full, or is it because you don't know what to eat? If you don't know what to eat, I would say go with a custom plan so we can outline it for you based off of your goals and preferences. How can a male reset his hormones? You're asking for his husband. His testosterone came back low. So Gabby, there's a lot of things that men can do to naturally boost their testosterone levels. So BCAAs certainly help men, especially in the morning. L-arginine, AKG, is a natural vasodilator. So it's almost like a natural Viagra. So L-arginine, AKG, that will definitely help him out quite a bit. I take on bone broth. I don't see any problem with it. I think it's a decent protein source. Jessica Medina says, when reversing from being on a long diet, should you start at maintenance or slowly work up and continue work up from the baseline? Slowly work up from the baseline. Is it better to do an 18-6 or 16-8 fasting plus keto? I'd say 16-8. I mean, obviously, the smaller the window, like, are you really going to eat that much food in only 6 hours? It's just not very practical for most people. I don't think it's necessary unless it's a preferred eating style of yours. But I would say 16-8 is fine. I'd say 16-8 is perfectly fine. So any other questions, guys? And if you're enjoying this and you're just joining the broadcast live, welcome. It's Christine with Gauge Girl Training. You are in episode 2 of Ask Gauge Girl. I'm Gauge Girl. So ask me your questions about food science. Can you eat once a day if you eat all your calories and hit your macros? Yes, you can. You certainly can, and it works well for some people. Hello, daughter of Simeon. Do I suggest having calorie expenditure goals when lifting, or is it more important to work all of your muscles a week for fat loss? As far as weight training goes, I think I wouldn't look at it per session. I would look at it as how many calories am I burning overall per day, and is my caloric intake, is my deficit set up accordingly? So I have a free macros blueprint that explains all of this, but if you want to do a one-on-one macros consultation with me, you can order one off of the website. I do them all the time, you guys. Don't be afraid to ask. I'd be happy to help you. Have I thought of coming out with an app that merges workout and diet plans? Because that would be wonderful. Actually, I have, Valerie, but app development, if you're going to do it right, is upwards of 6 figures to do it right. And it's not an investment I am willing to invest in at this time. Where's my screen? Sorry, guys. You play roller derby practice 3 times a week, 2 hours a day. You're having trouble finding a pre-workout meal that would give you this energy, sustain a 2-hour strength and endurance workout. I would probably say a banana. I would probably sip on some BCAAs if you can during, but you want to go heavier on your carbs. I would definitely say carbs, or there's some really great energy gels that runners use. I know Cliff Bar makes a good energy gel like that. I think there's another company called Goo. Cliff makes one, Goo makes one, Power Bar makes one. Any new flavors of whey protein coming out soon? Actually, Jessica, I've decided I don't want to be one of those companies that has a million different flavors. I would rather keep it simple. And I would be happy to teach you guys how to turn my vanilla and chocolate and unflavored into any protein flavor imaginable. But I am a purist. I really want to keep the ingredients pure and simple and no frills. I don't want to add a lot of artificial junk that you guys don't need. So if you want a cinnamon bun tasting flavor, add cinnamon to your vanilla. If you want to make it pumpkin-y, you know, add pumpkin to it. If you want to add all kinds of stuff, guys, add real fruit, add real food. It's just not in alignment with my goal with the Gage Life brand. And my goal with the Gage Life brand is to give you guys quality, solid products with no junk inside of them. And I know there's all kinds of people doing crazy flavors and whatnot, but it's just it's just not what I'm doing. You've been turning your vanilla Gage Life into chocolate with cocoa powder. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And unflavored, you guys, pick up my unflavored protein. You guys, I want you guys to have the highest quality, the highest possible quality ingredients available to you guys. So that being said, if you guys do want to check out my protein line, it's available on gagelife.com. Let's see here. You're trying to increase your calorie count to fix your metabolism in bulk, but you cannot hit the calorie count and you feel like you're stuffing yourself. What should I eat to hit that count? So Army Princess, you're most likely struggling to hit your carbs, and there's a couple ways to get your carbs a little bit easier. The first thing I recommend is coconut water. Coconut water is actually high in carbohydrates. You can drink some of your carbs. So that's one way you can do it. Another thing you can do is you can get a weight gainer shake. There's like 5 scoops. It's like 155 calories, and take it first thing in the morning. That's one way. I would go for more energy dense carbohydrates. So instead of eating lots and lots of veggies, and yes, veggies is good, yes, fiber is good, but when your stomach can't take it, I would go for carbs like sweet potatoes. I would go for carbs like plantains, which are very, very, very energy dense. Unflavored is on the way to your house. Fantastic. What helps with skin elasticity when losing weight? Gypsy, I encourage you to order my Gage Life collagen peptides. That's certainly going to help. And another thing with the skin elasticity, because collagen is going to help stimulate the amino acids that are responsible for building connective tissue in the skin. So you guys can check out my collagen peptides. But another thing is with the whole skin elasticity thing, lose weight at a safe and steady rate. At a safe and steady rate. It's extremely, extremely important to, because if you lose it too fast, you will get stretch marks. You will certainly get stretch marks. How are my plants doing? My plants are doing great. Thank you for asking. Then Donta Williams, you don't know your body type? Yes, I do. DM me over on Instagram. Am I going to make a pre-workout? Nina Sharma asks. I am on the fence about that because I've been working on it. And I don't want to add a lot of bullshit and sugar and stuff. So it's still in development. It's still in development. Any advice when it's challenging to cut out alcohol, social drinking in college? There's a couple things you can do. I would say one thing you can do is you cannot draw attention to the fact that you're not drinking. I think that people in social situations who are drawing attention to the fact that they're not drinking, a lot of times there will be peer pressure under those circumstances. So I wouldn't draw attention to it. You can kind of just try to blend in, so to speak, by if you're out at a bar with your friends, you can just order a Diet Coke. You can order a club soda and lime. You can order black coffee. You can just not drink. And I think that if your friends truly respect you, you can just, guys, listen, I've been on contest prep through trips to Vegas, through trips to like football games. Like, it just has to be a decision that you make for yourself that you're just not gonna do it. You just don't. Like, And you gotta, like, the thing is, you have to have your mind made up that you're not going to do it. Because if you're like halfway on it, you can be convinced otherwise. Advice on controlling hunger and appetite. After hitting macros for the day, you eat lots of veggies and try to get your fiber and water in. Make sure you're doing all of that. I would look at your meal timing, Jessica Medina. I would look at your meal timing. So for instance, if you're getting up at like 5 a.m. and you're like done all your macros by like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gonna be harder later in the day. So you may, and this has worked well with some of my clients, you may wanna try intermittent fasting. So intentionally, don't start eating until noon, and then you have like a more of a concentrated window to eat all of your macros, and the experience of your macros feels differently, and as well as shifting your macro ratios per meal. I have some people who do better on high protein and high carb in the morning, and then they want to save more of their fats for the night because it keeps them fuller longer. That's another approach you can take that I find works well. You bought the 6-week shred, but you feel like the calories is too much of a deficit for you. Nancy, I recommend you read the front of the shred, calculate your BMR, and if your BMR is outside of the range, follow the instructions to adjust it. How would you reach me other than IG? You don't. If you want to talk to my company, you can contact my company at info@gagegirltraining.com. But if you want to chat with me really quickly, DM is the best way. Any tips on losing stubborn body fat, abdominal fat when trying to lose weight? Yes. So Marie, it's going to come down to reducing your body fat and getting to a certain level. And you have to understand that if for a female to see a visible six-pack, you need to be at like 13% body fat. So if you're somewhere up, if you're upwards of 25% body fat, no, remember that you have like what, 12% body fat to lose, and it's gonna take time to get there, because for some people, like that lower part from like the navel down, sometimes that's the last to go. So you have to brace yourself for the fact that you're probably gonna have to lose a good bit of body fat. You're probably only going to be able to lose it at 0.5% per week. So if you're losing body fat at 0.5% per week and you have 12% to lose, 5%, 0.5 in 12 weeks. So we're talking 24 weeks. That's like half of a year. It's gonna take a while, and you're gonna have to be very consistent for a very long amount of time. So is it stubborn body fat, or are you just not following through being consistent long enough to get to the body fat level that will get you where you wanna be? So think about that. So guys, that's all I have time for today. Again, if you missed my announcement on Instagram, I have a sale happening right now on my 6-week online coaching, and you can save $100 off until tomorrow night. So you can save with code SAVE100 off of the 6-week online coaching package. So if you want to sign up and work with me or one of my nutritionists, guys, DM me. I'll send you the link. We'll get you all signed up. And Valerie, it's a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. You guys take care. Have a nice one.